Hello everyone! Today I have a special makeover video for you. I found this very old doll at the Korean Dungan market. This app shows second-hand sales from people around my neighborhood. I didn't think of much and just checked out whether there are any dolls up for sale. Koreans usually do not sell their BJDs on this app, but I found this doll for a very cheap price. When my husband and I met the seller, she said that the doll belongs to her daughter. Her daughter is already an adult, married and has children on her own, and told her mother to just throw it away. Her mother thought that maybe somebody would like to have this doll. She even asked my husband whether this doll is for our daughter. He told that I, his wife, am a doll artist who paints dolls, makes clothes, and takes pictures and videos of them. She seemed surprised but also happy about the doll going to a good new home. As you already might have read in the title, this doll is Dolkot Hara. Dolkot was founded in 2002. It's a Korean company and they first sold their dolls on eBay and later through Dollmore. I found on a Chinese website that Dolkot moved their factory to China in 2008 but still shipped their items from South Korea. I searched the internet, but the last updates about Dolkot I can find are from July 2009, so I guess they stopped producing and selling dolls at the end of 2009. Please correct me and leave a comment if I am wrong. It's really hard to find any information and pictures online, so I guess this doll is around 15 to 20 years old. It has no box, and at this time most doll companies did not deliver certificates with the dolls because recasts were no issue back then. In 2018, I received Dolkot Hara's head in a tray, but my taste in doll sculpts was very different back then, so I did a face-up on the head and sold it. To be honest, I feel so lucky to have him back because I always liked the sculpt. I'm glad I got him on the original Dolkot Starboy body, which makes him 60 centimeters tall. He is wearing a Lolita dress, maybe his previous owner wanted a female doll, I don't know. I changed the camera angle to show him a bit better. This is the head cap. The sculpt name is engraved, Hara, and it has this resin part to attach the S-hook. Old sculpts had it like this. The head cap is very heavy because they used a lot of resin for it, and it has only one magnet. Newer dolls usually have two magnets and the head caps are a bit lighter. To keep this head cap in place, I think I'm going to use washi tape. He came with this caramel colored wig. It got an uneven cut, but I think I can fix it. And he came with this white wig. It's in rather bad shape. The fiber also feels more cheap than the other one. Maybe I can rescue this wig. The seller mentioned that he is coming without eyes, but on her picture I could see that his eye had fallen inside the head. Unfortunately, it's just one eye. Maybe the second one got lost during many moves, who knows. Moving. Oh my god, this eye putty is just so gross. And of course this lash is not doing its work anymore. So he came with one eye. I mean, it's a nice eye, like a yellow demon eye. Why not? I can use it. I will give him other eyes though. Yeah, this eye putty will together go into the trash with the lash. I will clean up the eyeball a little bit later. This is, I think it's not his default face-up, but I'm not so sure. Could be, because this kind of style they did like 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. He also has like two ear holes, which is fine for me, of course. I love dolls with piercings. Oh, he's so cute, really. Okay, I should undress him now and yeah, take a look at his body because yeah, here and there I can see some dirty spots. I think I will have to clean him like from head to toe, but I love that. I love cleaning. So I undressed him and decided to put his head cap over his private parts. I hear that YouTube rates videos with new dolls as adult videos. Very weird. Now you can also see how yellow his face is. He looks like a lemon. Okay, I want to show his outfit quickly. He came with a petticoat. It's very beautiful. And he also came with a pair of bloomers. His dress is also really gorgeous. Unfortunately, it has no tag, so I don't know who made it. It has trumpet-shaped sleeves with bows, and the top is so beautiful with the rose lace. The skirt part is a bit shorter in the front, so the lace of the petticoat can peek through. In the back it has a zipper and waist ties to make a bow. I think I will try to rescue the boots, cause I kinda like them. The material starts peeling off, so hopefully I can fix it. Okay, let's move on to roasting his body. His body is a single-jointed body. It hasn't yellowed as much as the head because it was protected by the clothes, I guess. It has an old body blushing, so I will clean him from head to toe. I will have to restring him too, because his strings are pretty much worn out. Unfortunately, the black paint on his fingernails seemed to have stained the resin. That was the unboxing and doll roasting, so let's start with revamping this cutie. I first want to remove his head, but the knot is too big, so it can't go through the neck hole, and the strings are too tight, so I cannot lift up the S-hook in order to remove it. So I start unstringing him at the feet. I use a metal chopstick to help me out. To remove his face up and to clean his body, I use acetone-free nail polish remover and wet magic sponge. I am not showing the cleaning process because it took me way too long. Like always, I start with coating the head with MSC UV Cut Flat 3 times before applying any paint and pastels. I use different shades of brown to do the basic blushing. Like always, I use a dry magic sponge to remove chalk dust and mistakes or to smoothen the blushing. By the way, the brush I'm using is a cheap makeup brush from Daiso, Korea. I'm adding some blue blushing to his eye bags to give it some depth. Then I blush his waterline red. I use 2 to 3 different red shades for it. You can see that I switch between brushes when I work on different areas. Should I do a video in which I show the brushes for each area of the face? Please leave a comment down below. For the lip blushing, I do a layer of beige and brown and then I add a red shade. In total, I use around 2 shades of brown, 2 to 3 shades of red and 1 to 2 shades of grey to get the color I have in mind. Of course, he's getting some red cheeks and I recommend to also blush the nostrils. I'm also adding some small, softly blushed veins to his temple to make his face up look a little bit more realistic. I did his blushing in 4 to 5 layers before starting with the eyebrows and later with the lashes. As you can see, I work on every part of the face with each layer. This gives me the possibility to get the result I aim for. It's finally time to start with my most favorite part of the whole face-up process. For the little hair, I mixed brown and red, and because my acrylic paint is cheap and chunky, I have to thin it with some Tamiya X20A thinner. If you don't know how to draw eyebrow hair, you should sketch it on paper first. I originally was aiming for some thin eyebrows, but these thick eyebrows are growing on me. Sorry, I had to start working on one side off camera because I wanted to figure out with which kind of style I want to go this time. By drawing on his eyelid, I can see how thick or thin the paint is. Later I'm going to draw eyeliner anyway. Take your time with painting the thin, tiny hair. Here's the original speed of how slowly I paint the hair. Since the acrylic paint and thinner mix dries out quickly, I have to add more thinner once in a while. As you can see, I move the head around very often. I use whatever position is most comfortable to work with. And I support my hand with my pinky so that it has a stable position. Otherwise there would be wonky lines everywhere. The most difficult but also most fun part is done. I use the same brown-red thinner mixture for the eyeliner. I have to go over it multiple times because the thinner makes the acrylic paint a bit translucent. For some reason the face up looks a little bit boring to me, so I add some molds and freckles. For the freckles I use again the brown-red thinner mixture and I wipe it with a wet magic sponge before it fully dries, so the freckles don't appear too dark. Here's your freckle song! Then I decided to blush the eyebrows a bit darker and to work a bit more on the blushing of the lips and waterline of his eyes. Yay! I can finally gloss him! I used Tamiya X22 gloss and I gloss his eyeliner, waterline and his lips. It's finally time for the last steps, piercings and upper lashes. I shape the crafting wire to fit his lip shape because he's getting an open lip piercing. I decided to cut the lip ring a little bit shorter. And why am I doing this absolutely out of sight? Well, at least you can see how I add the tiny balls, which are by the way nail art supplies. His septum is supposed to be an open ring too. I shape the wire so it goes from one nostril to the other. Then I cut off small pieces only. I continue to glue them into the nostrils and make sure their position is even. Cutting off a bit more of both pieces gave me enough space for the tiny nail art balls. Last but not least, I'm adding the lashes. I only have these very long human fake lashes at home, so my plan is to push them into his head and glue a part of them inside his head. Whenever lashes are stiff, I use my thumbnail to shape them more round. With a toothpick or dotting tool, I adjust the position of the lashes. Last check, are they even? Unfortunately, the small hair did not really stick close to the resin, so I decided to just add a bit of band-aid inside the head. I sometimes use washi tape, whatever I have on hand. No, the adhesive never damaged neither the resin nor the face-up. And it is finally done. Here are the before and after pictures. Do you like how he turned out? I love his new face-up. And soon I'm going to announce which OC of mine he is going to be. And in today's video I am featuring Resin Moth Doll. If you want to be featured in one of my videos, please tag your doll photo on Instagram with hashtag #누룽지doll. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. 감사합니다. 안녕.